Alright, today we are looking at an earpad installation on the Sennheiser HD580, HD600, HD650, HD6XX by Massdrop, and of course the HD660S and the HD660S2. Okay, pre-installation. You can see on the back of the Accessory House Global earpads you have a plastic rim here that sticks out a little bit. And you also have the plastic on the back as well. And on the original earpad from the HD6XX, it's the exact same. The way the earpads work is on the inside of the plastic frame is a little like ledge or edge that is going to fit into the headphone. I'm going to take this off so you can see it easier. You can see this little oval area here. There's a plastic area just on the outside. Well, this little rim fits straight into this plastic area here. So this is the focus of when you're actually going to install the earpads. There's no point in applying pressure here or here or here. It has to be applied directly over top of this area here to get this clip into it. And then just on the inside here, you might be able to see it. That little thing that's flashing right there, that is the piece of plastic on the side of this larger piece of plastic that hooks into the underneath of this. Removing the earpads, nice and simple. All you're going to do is pinch the earpad with your finger and your thumb, or your fingers and your thumb, and you're just going to pull up and out. Now this might not come out with it. Usually it sits inside here. It's just a little hair screen or scrim, whatever you want to call it. And if it doesn't pop out with the earpad, you can just peel it out with your finger. Now installing the earpads. Now I'm going to use the HD6XX, but as I said before, it's the same installation for all those other headphones I mentioned before. Now when you buy our specific earpads from AHG, they will come with obviously 2 earpads, and it will come with 2 of these foam scrims. And the first thing you need to do is the scrim goes in, and then the earpad will get put in place, and then pushed into place so that it clicks and stays. Now, different ways to do this. You can do it with the whole headband in place, so just like I had it set up, do it like that, and then do it like this, and then like that. But this is all in the way, it's all bouncing around. It's kind of annoying, or can be annoying. So what else you can do is you can actually just remove each one of these by pulling on the arm here. Just pull it out and it pops off easy. And then you just have to deal with this, and it's nice and easy to hold, and you don't have to worry about any of that bouncing around. Right, so the hair screens, you can see the old hair screens, they have cuts in them. That is because when you do install the hair screen and you push the pad into it, this back plastic is going to cut into the foam, because the foam is thin and it's designed basically to sit in place, but it will get cut as you install the earpad. Okay, just looking on the inside of the earpad, you can see the plastic frame from the inside and then from the back. Now this is important just in case you have any issues with the installation, because if it doesn't work pushing in like that, you can actually put your fingers underneath directly on the plastic and push down directly over that plastic ledge. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is I want to grip this just on the plastic on the sides. So I'm going to cup it like this. I don't want any thumbs on the back here, because you will push into the metal and you'll dent it and it will cause problems. So you want to cup it like that, and there's no pressure going on to the metal on the back. All the pressure is on the fingers holding the sides of the earphone. You then put the scrim in, and now we're focusing on this. So, okay, so the scrim is in place, and I'm going to take the earpad and I'm going to place it inside. It's fitting inside now, inside the plastic housing of the headphone. That doesn't mean it's attached, because I haven't applied any pressure yet. Now, one thing to note is that when you do push the earpad in with the scrim in place. The scrim is designed, basically it will rip or tear. You can see here on the originals that I had, it's got a tear right here, and it's quite thin over here and thin over there and also down there. That's because that's where the actual plastic frame clips are, the ones that actually are going to push in and hook onto the inside of this frame of the ear pad. So the foam is in the way of that plastic frame going into the headphone and clipping into the clips. So if you try it once, it might not immediately work with clipping in, because you actually do possibly need to have a bit of damage done to here, like a little bit of this area here isn't looking like this basically. So you might need to try it more than once to try and attach it. Right, so we have the scrim here, we have it in place. Now I'm gripping it on the outside here, no pressure on the back here. I'm going to push in with my fingers. Now you might hear clipping, but you might not hear clipping. It's just the way the clips are actually designed. They don't really make too much noise. Now you want to apply pressure on the inside here, because that's where the plastic frame is. Now it's in place and I've applied pressure. I don't think it's actually clipped in though. So yeah, see? It was partially clipped in. So now we come back and we do it again. Push down, push down. Now it's in place. It's not fully clipped in, I don't think. What I'm going to do to make sure that it does get fully clipped in is I'm going to go underneath the ear pad, put my fingers in underneath there, and I'm going to push down on the frame directly. As I go around, that is going to give you can put quite a bit of pressure into this, and the foam of the ear pad doesn't get in the way, and it's basically just plastic on plastic type thing. It also helps you cut into that foam scrim as well. And now that there will be on. Now if you find that the ear pad is moving when you do this, so you have it in place like that, and then you have your fingers underneath and you go to push down and then it slides out over here, the best thing to do is just grip your fingers over top like so, hold that in place, and then go around. You will have to move them, so just rotate around, squeeze down again, and push.
If this video is helping you out, Monty the AHG dog wants you to smash that like button and share it with a friend, because this is how he gets more biscuits. Don't forget that 60% of the time, it's a great idea every time to subscribe and hit those bell notifications and stay in the loop with all of our news, reviews, and how-tos.
And obviously the last part you're going to do here is we need to get the headphone or earphones back onto the headphone frame. So let's just look right here. You're just going to put one of them in like this, like so, and then just stretch the other one over. They're very easy, and then you just push them in. There we go. One, and now and your headphones are done. Okay, just a little troubleshooting. Now, when you get a set of ear pads from whoever, it could be from Sennheiser, it could be from anybody, sometimes there might be a situation where the back rim here, this piece of plastic here, is slightly bigger than it needs to be. It's been cut wrong or something like that. It doesn't mean it won't fit, it just means that it's going to be a little bit harder to fit. And the way we're going to do it is, it's very similar to how you would attach the ear pad in general, but there's a couple extra things we're going to do just to get it to fit. So first of all, you want to see if it's going to actually get into this cup area here. So that It's in place, so that means it is fitting. But you might need to push it into place, because you might have like a side of it that's like doing this. It's just popping out right there. You can see it's just popping out a bit because it's just that little bit too big. You gotta force it in there, so you're gripping the back and you gotta force it down. Now what you can do here is you're gonna actually use your fingers and go around the outside, and you're gonna push down on the outside because you're gonna force that piece of plastic on the back into place inside of the cup. That way it's not popping out anywhere before you even do anything. Now that you have it in place, obviously the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go around with our fingers underneath. We're gonna push directly down onto that frame. I'm using medium force to above medium force roughly. Alright, and now we're going to switch hands and we're going to go with the other hand as well, just because it kind of hits it at a different angle. There you go. And we're just basically doing twice from both sides to make sure that those clips are going in. And then now we have it in. No problem.